Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today, we're looking at a paper trending on X, published on January 29th, 2026, about 5 days ago. It introduces UEval, a comprehensive benchmark for models that generate both text and images, revealing that this task remains incredibly difficult, with even the best models, like GPT-5 thinking, scoring only 66.4 out of 100. The paper is titled UEval, a benchmark for unified multimodal generation. And as we'll see later, the results highlight a critical link between reasoning capabilities and visual generation quality that could change how we build these systems. Figure 1 illustrates the core difference in this new benchmark. On the top left, you see how previous evaluations split tasks. They either test image understanding, like VQA, or image generation from captions, but never both together. In contrast, the bottom left shows UEval, which requires the model to reason across modalities, generating a mix of text and images to answer complex queries. Finally, the chart on the right displays the diversity of the dataset, covering 8 distinct domains from space to tech with over 10,000 rubric criteria. So, Figure 2 visualizes performance on closed-ended tasks, where models must generate factually accurate images. The top row displays the ground truth reference images for queries like explaining the Statue of Liberty's interior or illustrating tidal physics. The subsequent rows show model attempts, and the failures are revealing. For instance, in the first column, Gemini 2.5 Flash hallucinates a fake outdoor observation deck on the Statue of Liberty, completely missing the correct interior view. Similarly, looking at the bottom row, the open-source model EMU 3.5 struggles significantly with the schematic diagrams, often generating garbled text or incorrect structures. While the previous figure focused on factual accuracy, Figure 3 shifts to open-ended tasks like art, life, tech, and exercise. Here, the challenge is generating consistent step-by-step visual guides. The top row shows the reference expectations, which combine clear images with sequential logic. However, the models below struggle with temporal consistency. For instance, in the art column, GPT-5 thinking gets confused, labeling 2 separate images as step 5. Meanwhile, in the life column, Gemini 2.5 Flash flips the t-shirt's orientation between steps, breaking the continuity needed for a helpful guide. Alright, seeing those complex failures raises the question of how to grade them fairly. So, Figure 4 outlines the pipeline. It starts on the left with Step 1, rubric generation, where the reference data in question feed into a generator to create specific grading criteria. Then, in Step 2 on the right, a judge model compares the actual model outputs against these custom rubrics to assign a pass or fail. This ensures scoring is grounded in evidence, checking for specific details rather than relying on a vague, generic rating. So with the judging pipeline established, Table 1 presents the final leaderboard across all 8 tasks. The top row sets the ceiling, showing that reference answers achieve an impressive average of 92.2. In contrast, looking at the open-source models in the middle, performance drops significantly, with the best model, EMU 3.5, reaching only 49.1. The proprietary frontier models at the bottom fare better, where GPT-5 thinking secures the highest score of 66.4. Notably, even this top model struggles in complex domains like paper, scoring just 51.9, which highlights the substantial gap that remains between current AI and human-level multimodal generation. Well, Table 1 highlighted the dominance of reasoning models, so Figure 9 investigates if that capability is transferable. The left panel shows the challenge, explaining why people stand on the Statue of Liberty, which requires an interior view. In the top row, without help, standard models like GPT-5 Instant fail, producing incorrect exterior shots. Next, the text block in the middle injects a reasoning trace from GPT-5 thinking that explicitly describes the crown's interior room. The bottom row reveals that this successfully steers the stronger models to generate the correct view, although the weaker model on the far right, Bagel, still fails to use the hint. Wrapping up, 2 takeaways stand out. Unified generation is far from solved, and reasoning is the critical bottleneck. The results suggest that future models won't just need better image generators, but deeper integration of chain-of-thought logic to plan visuals effectively. That's it for this episode of the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Thanks for listening.